Today, we're going to explore something pretty incredible. It's this invisible thread that connects humanity's oldest, most ancient art to our most cutting-edge science. We're going to trace a single, unbroken line from the very dawn of civilization right to the future of our species. And you know what? It all starts with a single question.
I mean, think about it. What could possibly connect a simple drawing on a rock from 10,000 years ago to the technology we have now to literally rewrite our own DNA? They seem like they're worlds apart, right? But what if I told you they're just 2 points on the exact same incredible journey?
Because the real story here isn't just about what we've made or what we've discovered. It's about something deeper. It's about how our very way of seeing the world has evolved over time. From the naked eye to the telescope, from a canvas to a chromosome, this is the history of human perception itself.
So, our story has to begin in the ancient world. This is where humanity first started to record its impressions of reality, but at the very same time tried to impose a kind of divine order on it. Two different instincts born together. And you can see those two instincts right here. It's like two sides of the same early human coin. So on the left, you've got one of our earliest impressions of the world. It's raw, it's organic, you can almost feel the movement. But then you look to the right. Ancient Egypt wasn't just observing reality, they were structuring it with pure logic. They used the simple 3-4-5 right triangle to build this massive, perfectly ordered world. Impression and logic, right there, side by side, from the very beginning.
And you know, while the Egyptians were building those pyramids, they were also looking up at the stars. And this is just mind-bending. The light from some of the stars hitting your eye tonight actually started its journey when the pharaohs were ruling. It's this profound, literal thread of ancient light connecting their world directly to ours.
The ancient Greeks, well, they took this fusion of ideas even further. For them, there was no hard line between art and science. I mean, they didn't just see music as an art form. Plato and Aristotle actually called it a secret exercise in arithmetic. It was part of what they called the quadrivium, right alongside geometry and astronomy. It was a mathematical art, another way of understanding the harmony of the universe.
Okay, so let's jump forward in time. We're heading to an era where our perception of everything, from a human face to the entire solar system, was about to be turned completely upside down.
This right here, this is the genius of Leonardo da Vinci. His Sfumato technique, which basically means smoked out, created these unbelievably lifelike skin tones. But here's the thing, it wasn't just some artistic trick. No way. It came directly from his scientific obsession with anatomy and the physics of light. It just proves that for him, art and science were two sides of the same coin.
And this really captures the revolution in seeing that was happening all over. So while Da Vinci was creating the illusion of depth on a flat canvas, you had astronomers like Galileo pointing telescopes to the sky and revealing a completely new depth in the heavens. They were proving that the Earth wasn't stationary, it was actually in motion, hurtling through a vast cosmos. A whole new perspective, both on the canvas and in the stars.
Then, after the Renaissance, art gets even more intense. The Baroque style of chiaroscuro uses these extreme contrasts. We're talking deep, dark shadows pierced by these brilliant flashes of light. It wasn't just about making things look real anymore. It was about creating intense emotion, real psychological drama.
And that artistic tension, it perfectly mirrors the huge scientific discovery of the age. Isaac Newton figured out gravity, this powerful, invisible force that's pulling the entire universe together. So just like light and shadow were creating drama on the canvas, these invisible laws were creating order in the cosmos. Pretty cool, right?
Now we're jumping to the 19th century. This was a time of such rapid, chaotic change that the very lens we use to see reality started to just fracture. It broke apart and reformed into something totally new.
I mean, this century was just a cascade of change. First, the camera gets invented, and suddenly painting doesn't have to be about perfect realism anymore. That frees artists up, which leads directly to Impressionism, where painters started chasing not the thing itself, but the light bouncing off the thing. And then, bam, Darwin's theory of evolution completely redraws humanity's place in the universe. Our way of seeing the world, and even ourselves, was changed forever.
And that brings us finally to the modern age. An age where our ability to see has expanded beyond anything our ancestors could have ever dreamed of, from the first moments of creation all the way down to the code of life itself.
Just look at that number. 13.7 billion years. It's almost impossible to really wrap your head around it. That is when the very first light in the universe began its journey across space. And the most incredible part? That journey isn't over. We can still see it today.
Yeah, that ancient light, the echo of the Big Bang, is still washing over us right now. It's called cosmic background radiation, and the wildest part is you can actually see it. A tiny fraction of the static, the snow, on an old TV screen, that's it. That is, in a very real sense, a live broadcast from the dawn of time.
And this is just how far we've come. We've gone from painting animals on cave walls to editing the very DNA that creates them. Technologies like CRISPR are basically molecular scissors that let us edit the source code of life itself. We're not just observers anymore. We're actually becoming the authors of the master code.
So let's bring this epic journey of perception home with one final, really powerful story that just proves how resilient the human drive to see and to create really is.
It's a devastating question, isn't it? Imagine you're the artist Chuck Close. You're famous for these mind-blowing, hyper-realistic portraits. And then a medical event leaves you paralyzed. You can't paint the way you always have. Is that it? Is it the end? Or is it a new beginning?
Well, faced with what seems like an impossible limitation, Chuck Close didn't stop seeing. He just invented a new way of seeing. He started creating these enormous portraits by breaking them down into a grid of tiny, abstract paintings. If you get up close, it's just splotches of color. But when you step back, a human face emerges with this stunning realism. His limitation actually forced an incredible innovation.
So, you see, from a 10,000-year-old drawing to a single pixel in an artist's grid, the story is exactly the same. It's about this unstoppable human drive to look, to understand, and to show the world what we see. Human creativity, it always finds a way. Which leaves us with just one question, really. What are we going to teach ourselves to see next?